Good morning. I had a bit of a lapse on Sunday night. It's Tuesday now. I was so sick yesterday I didn't want to put my face on camera. It was my town festival on Sunday, and I live in a town where there's lots of vineyards nearby, and so all the vineyards came out and they were offering wine tastings, and I thought, well, it's a special occasion, I'm not drinking at home, that's perfectly fine. And I was going to allow myself to buy one bottle of wine. Well, one of the vineyards was selling 6 bottles of wine for $60, so I bought 6 bottles of wine. That's barrel number 1. Then I went home and drank 2 bottles. That's barrel number 2. I only remember drinking 1. I can't actually remember most of the night, which is a worry. And then I passed out, and sleep that you get from passing out drunk is not good sleep. So I was feeling really sick yesterday. But I had a good sleep tonight and I'm feeling better. And I wasn't just feeling sick yesterday, I was feeling really down because I just couldn't believe that I'd done it again. So I'm not sure how this getting sober without antipiece is actually working out. I guess it's... these lapses are only happening like once a week. Like this vlog that I uploaded, the last vlog I uploaded late, so the last incident was over a week ago. As opposed to last time I went off antabuse, I was getting drunk, getting blind every single day because I can't just have 1 or 2 drinks, I have to get legless. And to the point where I don't remember what's happened the next day. It also, there was something on the weekend that kind of reminded me why I don't want to be doing this anymore. It was my mum's birthday, so I went over to her house to have lunch, and my sister was so hungover. I shouldn't laugh, but it's funny when it's not you. She'd been out to a bar in town the night before and had a lot to drink, and she rocked up. We were supposed to play a board game, which she was supplying, and she brought the board game and she just went straight to the couch and started lying down. And then when it was time to have lunch, my dad made this great lunch. It was like barbecued salmon and really nice salads, and she couldn't eat any of it. She picked at her food a bit and she just went, "No, can I go lie back down?" I'm like, "Yeah, fine." And then she lay on the couch for a bit more, and then she was like, I'm gonna go home now. Took a board game with her. And it just reminded me, like, when you're getting drunk all the time, and when you're either drunk or hungover, you miss out on these family events because you just can't participate because you're feeling sick. And like the last time I got drunk, I passed out, Pete put me to bed, and then Pete's sister were having a little gathering. They built a fire pit in the backyard and they all sat around it and were like having beers and roasting marshmallows, that sort of thing. And I missed out on that because I was passed out drunk, and I saw the pictures on Facebook the next day. I was like, oh, that's a shame. So, like, when you're drunk all the time, you miss things, and I don't want to miss anything anymore. So that's one thing to remember next time I feel like drinking 2 bottles of wine. I guess you could say it's lucky I didn't drink all 6, but I don't think I could drink all 6. I don't know what would happen to me when I drink all 6. I was so sick yesterday. Wine makes me the sickest out of everything that I drink. It makes me spew. Spirits don't make me spew, beer doesn't make me spew, wine makes me spew. And like, I saw the spew bucket in the bedroom this morning, I'm like, okay, sorry P. Anyway, apparently I'm going to go to the races today, which is more time spent around my triggers, so I'm not too happy about that, but at least I can't get too drunk on like mixer drinks that you get at these events, so... And I don't even have money for drinks, so I'm probably going to be okay. I just gotta like not come home and drink the remaining 4 bottles of wine that I've got in the kitchen. But I guess I'm still feeling not quite right from Sunday night, so I guess I won't do that. I'm gonna get ready for the races now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Good morning. So it's Thursday now, and I did end up going to the races on Tuesday, and I had a few drinks there, didn't get too crazy.
had a few wines, and the wine there was really nice, and I wanted to, if I had my way, I would have just finished my drink and got another one immediately, but I was looking at my phone and I said, alright, I'll wait till this time and I'll get a new one. I ended up having about 4, which is not, I mean, that's still a lot, I guess, but if I had my way I would have had about 15. And then after that, the race course in my town backs onto these 4-wheel drive trails, and P said, oh, I'll drive through the bush to get home because these trails come out a few hundred meters from our house. So we go through the bush, and P's sister and her husband are following us, and P is having a grand old time and taking some risks, driving through some ditches, and of course he gets stuck. And I'm like freaking out because it's getting dark and like we're stuck, and I'm just like, oh, we're gonna have to leave the car here and walk home through the bush at night. And then Pete's brother-in-law ended up getting us out by revving the car really hard and just using a bit of brute force and driving it back up over the ditch, which Pete was a bit scared to do, but it worked. And then they got stuck, so we had to go around the other way and rescue them. And the whole thing was just really stressful, so once we got home I wanted to have another drink, which is, you know, not the best way to deal with that situation, but I ended up pouring myself a glass of wine, and P had another glass of wine, so I couldn't drink the whole bottle. But I ended up putting myself in bed and drinking the glass of wine over the course of an hour instead of gulping it down like I would normally do. And I was able to stop at 1, which is a win for me. So I went to bed and slept quite well. And then yesterday I went to see my psychologist, and I told her that I was off hand abuse, and she said, well, she wasn't happy. She said, well, why don't you just go back on it? And I said, well, I don't want to. She said, well, you're being very willful and childish. And I guess I am, but like I really want to see how this goes, so I'm just not ready to go back on it just yet. And I told her that, and she's just like, well, I still think you should go back on it. And I'm just like, yeah, maybe. So my aim right now is to not have any more blind drunk episodes until I see my psychologist again in 2 weeks' time. So I guess as usual I'll let you know how that goes, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. Good afternoon, it's Friday now. Got my hair done yesterday. Don't know if you can tell, but it's like a completely different shade of blonde than it was yesterday. I went to a new hair salon. I was driving back into my hometown for hair appointments, but I decided to try one in the new town that I'm living in. I saw in their Facebook page that they were good with blondes, so I thought that was a good sign. When they were doing my hair, they asked what kind of toner I wanted to put in, and I was like, oh, what do you have? And they said we can do ashy or pearl, and I didn't really know what either of those meant, so I said, oh, ashy is good, and they went with that, and this is what I ended up with. And I went to work today, and one of the patients didn't actually recognize me, and I don't know if that's because of my new hair or because I haven't actually been to work for like 3 weeks. He was like, oh, new face. I'm like, nope, same face, new hair. Yeah, so I haven't been to work for 3 weeks because last week was P's graduation. Week before that was Good Friday. Week before that was, I blogged about that rough weekend that I had when P went away, but I took the Friday off. For those who don't know what my work situation is, I work mostly from home, but I go into work on Fridays, so I went in today for the first Friday in 3 weeks, and it was fine. Like, there's always a bit of anxiety with going into work when you haven't been in for a while, but everything went okay. I have roller derby tonight, and I hurt myself on Wednesday night. My hand, which is holding the camera, hang on. This hand, as you can see, is wearing a tube bandage. I wanted something that was gonna protect my wrist but not add too much bulk, so I could still put a wrist guard over it. What happened was we were doing 4-point falls, so
So when you're skating along, you bring your knees down to do a 2-knee slide, then you bring your wrists down as well to do what's called safety turtle, so you end up in like a fetal position. And I was doing it, and like this part of the wrist was contacting the floor and it was really hurting, and then the last time I did it, it really hurt. And I took my wrist off and there was like a patch of skin missing and it was really bruised, and like, I could take it up tonight, but I really don't want to, so I've got this bandage on, so hopefully I don't lose any more skin. Which makes me think I need to get new wrist guards, because like there's no padding on like this part of the wrist in my wrist guards, which is funny because in roller derby they teach you if you to fall properly, this is the part of the wrist that's supposed to contact the floor. So I don't know. Took me ages to get to sleep last night. I've discovered, this is an unfortunate discovery, that I actually get to sleep easier once I've had like 1 glass of wine. This is an unfortunate discovery because I don't want to be drinking every night. So I didn't drink last night and I took ages to get to sleep. So I don't know if it actually is easier for me to get to sleep once I've been drinking a little bit, or if me thinking that I'm going to get to sleep when I'm drinking and then not doing it is making me anxious, which is going to delay me getting to sleep. So I don't know. The key, I think, is just not falling into the trap of drinking every night anyway. So I don't want that to be a habit. I mean, after roller derby training tonight, we're going out for pizza afterwards, so there's going to be a little bit of drinking, not too much because I have to drive home afterwards. But yeah, that's just the nature of the thing. I'm not going to get drunk tonight because I want to sleep. Apparently we're driving P's nephew to soccer tomorrow, so I need to be awake for that. Well, that's all today, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.